Because I'm awful. Awful be bad. Ha 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 ha, get down. Say, look at this, I've been cleaning out my nest, and I found an old book of my poetry.
Oh, baby, a triple!
Hello, and welcome to GoAnimate.com, where everyone, even you, can bring their stories to life in animation. GoAnimate makes it possible to animate your inspiration in countless ways, instantly. Historically, animation was only achievable by the highly skilled animator. But with GoAnimate, animating is possible for everyone to do. So let's get animated!
GoAnimate is a platform created by Alvin Hong. It was intended as a software allowing anyone to make animations with ease, with the help of casual, user-friendly drag-and-drop programming. But it turns out that, hey Buster, you don't need $500 a month and a slip of paper from the state of California to make a cartoon. Yeah, that was a terrible idea. Alvin Hong is truly the J. Robert Oppenheimer of our time. It became apparent Hong hated his own creation with its eventual rebrand to Beyond and the exclusion of the comedy world art style. Easily the first thing that comes to mind when you hear the name GoAnimate. With the program released in 2007, by 2010, Hong would be hosted on TED Talk. So the possibilities of GoAnimate were seen as potentially gigantic in the eyes of big tech bros. It's odd to think that at a point it was the ChatGPT or NFTs of 2010. Thank God for Alvin Hong and his shitpost memes. Judging by its marketing then and now, it was targeting itself to other businesses and schools as a cost-effective alternative for informational videos, and not really like slapstick cartoons, whether it be for instructions, lessons, or advertisements. But it was available to everybody, or at least pretty damn close to everybody. It wasn't free, but you could run it on a Chromebook. You know, that's hardly a computer. Except, yeah, it wasn't exactly a program adjacent to, goddamn, Jimmy, this is some serious gourmet shit. So who got a hold of this easy-to-use and run animation software? Young children and the mentally challenged. And I say that not as an insult, but it is just an unfortunate fact. Now, I'm sure that's not strictly true. You could be a perfectly stable adult and get enjoyment out of it. You know, not everyone wants to take art seriously. You're never gonna get Nickelodeon's attention using this, but, you know, guess it could be harmless to fuck off with an objectively unprofessional program a few hours after work or something. It's like the Play-Doh of the digital arts world, like, yeah, it gets the job done if you set the bar really low. And a crusty-ass Triceratops made out of Play-Doh ain't gonna harm nobody. But there is an elephant in the room we have to acknowledge. I am not saying anyone who uses GoAnimate is unironically 8 years old or is a disabled adult. Undeniably and predominantly was and is used by unsupervised young children and the mentally challenged, which will explain the origins of many of the animation's content. Now, if you're below the age of 30, you had to have come across this rabbit hole at some point, because it can be just too big to ignore, especially if you have, like, one common interest with its common users. If you watch animation story times, or cartoon video essays, or Disneyland videos, or Halloween animatronic videos, or clips of Snoopy for your new profile picture, anything vaguely related, and I mean vaguely related, to the animation medium on YouTube, GoAnimate is such a large rabbit hole in of itself, it's gonna overlap at some point. This video could probably be 3 hours if I really felt like it.
Hello everyone, I'm Chuck E, and we're going to sing a song. I'm Chuck E. I'm Chuck E. I'm Chuck E. I'm Chuck E. I'm Chuck E.
It's the Chris Chan of the animation medium, like you're gonna find out about it at some point. GoAnimate is too easy and accessible a tool not to be used by a massive amount of people with low standards for production values. And you cannot mention GoAnimate videos without its most prominent genre. Caillou gets grounded. It's like bringing up Cheers without Frasier. As the label suggests, self-titled preschool show protagonist Caillou is being punished for his actions, often consisting of absurd scenarios to emphasize his villainy.
Caillou, you are supposed to be at school right now, not at Chuck E. Cheese.
If you're not aware, Caillou is probably the most heavily and negatively criticized preschool show by all ages, if not the most negatively criticized character in animation or just fiction history. A common criticism from adult viewers being the lack of discipline being enforced against Caillou by his parents setting a bad example for the child viewers. And, you know, there's really nothing unique about the show either. It's just kind of like a bad slice of life show, but with a bald toddler. So given that children and mentally challenged adults who mostly only watch shows for very young demographics because that's only what they're capable of understanding, have likely seen this show and have seen people complain about it or personally dislike the show themselves.
I'm gonna let y'all know right now, I really hate this bald piece of shit. And I'm already knowing I'm gonna get thumbs down for saying that. I don't give a fuck no more. This balloon head, lollipop face ass brat did nothing for me growing up. Think about it. As a kid, what did Caillou teach you other than to cry and bitch and moan for whatever you wanted? Fuck out of here, you bald fuck!
So, users took the tool and used it as an opportunity to punish Caillou in the medium of animation. It is likely that this grounded phenomenon is a product of justice sensitivity, an emotional response attribute of the autism spectrum and attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Now, when the high-functioning autistic people of any age seek justice, they may want to creatively express said justice. And the fact that GoAnimate is animation technically, it also creates the incentive to mainly include other animated characters. Caillou being such a disliked fictional character being the backbone of the grounded genre. But who's started this phenomenon? Well, thankfully it's the internet and not ancient history, so it's actually documented. And that GoAnimator was African Vulture, who's been in the game since June of 2012, probably longer than most of her non-ironic audience has been alive. She's been a subject to a ton of controversies in and outside of GoAnimate circles, most notably issuing a censor-tracted copyright strike against Legend of the Commentary slop game Pyrocynical. Another controversial aspect of her GoAnimations are that she often reenacts national tragedies and especially public assassinations, including Robert F. Kennedy Sr., just about every assassinated American president, Martin Luther King Jr., and Malcolm X. But over a decade later, despite getting in all the hot water, African Vulture remains an absolute legend of the game for creating the community's magnum opus, Caillou Gets Grounded. The debut of such was Caillou Calls His Baby Sister Stupid/Grounded.
Oh, she looks so cute and adorable. She looks just like you.
Oh, that baby looks so stupid.
Oh, whoa, 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 Caillou. How dare you call your own baby sister stupid? You are very ungrateful. That's it. You are grounded for 2 months. Let's go home right now.
Originally releasing on December 12th, 2013, African Vulture not only created the grounded format, not that it's very complex, but she did lay the groundwork, but also influenced many of the common vocabulary and character attributes a part of the grounded format. Common GoAnimate standards that she created, or at least influenced, include vocabulary such as, oh, whoa, 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 you are grounded, listing off comical amounts of numbers while grounding, the comical mispronunciation by the text-to-speech box of Caillou, Caillou's relatable interest in Chuck E. Cheese, Caillou pooping.
Caillou, go to the school principal's office right now.
No way! It's time for a super mega poopy diarrhea blast!
Yeah, for some reason there was a poop feature in GoAnimate, but now given the intended educational, instructional, or marketing purposes of GoAnimate, I imagine the poop feature was for like a potential like medical student or disease PSA animation or something. You know, don't eat too much Taco Bell or get your flu shot. And again, the program never explicitly targeted children, but it attracted them and it took full advantage of the poop feature. And if you know me, then you guessed it, there was an era where I watched this shit obsessively, unironically. I pretended to not like it, to like be a rebel, but you know, I was totally watching that shit in secret like it was porn. Like hell yeah, Caillou becomes a famous YouTuber / gets the ultra mega grounding. That is a certified hood classic. So even if I was pretty private about my GoAnimate obsession, you know, I wouldn't be talking about it at the lunch table. I'm going to assume I was just insecure about watching videos regarding baby shows. And also a lot of the subject matter could be pretty inappropriate for my age at that time. And because Caillou Gets Grounded are technically preschool show parodies at the end of the day, of course there's an additional incentive to make it as vulgar as possible, and the Yozas won't resist. An absolute community event back in the day was the crossover special between Big Go Animator's Solitaire Joker and Isaac Anderson's Productions, featuring both channels' respective depictions of the Caillou cast teaming up. And, of course, there's a ton of swearing because it's an epic 16-minute crossover.
Caillou, answer the fucking door right now.
Shut the fuck up, Dad. I'm busy.
That's it. No bitches for you tonight, mister.
I don't care. My balls are empty anyways.
I can't even produce any more semen anymore.
Like, less than 2 minutes in, and they already dropped the first N-bomb.
Hey kid, I'm a tornado. Get fucked, nigga.
Like, me and the boys back in the day were watching this on the TV at my friend's house, and we had to turn the volume down so his mom wouldn't hear what the hell we were watching with the door closed.
That you.
I'm not your dad, the boss. The other nigga.
How are you even still alive?
One of my favorite GoAnimate niches back in the day was SML parodies with Dora the Explorer. And these were word-by-word recreations of Super Mario Logan videos, but with Dora the Explorer cast members for some reason.
What's gonna happen when we put the mint in the Diet Coke?
I mean, it should just drop back in the bottle. It might shoot out a little bit, but it'll drop back in the bottle. It has, like, gravity and stuff.
It will erupt, but the liquid falls in back in the bottle. It has gravity and stuff.
The majority of these have been lost to time, but the fact I could watch both Super Mario Logan and GoAnimate at the same time, like, that just blew my mind. Dude, Abuela as Chef PP, like, that's perfect casting. You guessed it, naturally, at a brief point, I was a GoAnimate YouTuber. You know, acting like I was on the team. I'm talking Officer Poop 247, I'm talking Solitaire Joker, I'm talking Isaac Anderson Productions. I never really watched African Vulture growing up, like, I couldn't avoid her, obviously. She was a legend of the game and had an impressive following, but she wasn't a favorite. But I did used to be a GoAnimate YouTuber for like a weekend and then never again. Hand on the Bible, I swear, for only like a weekend. I might have watched these things obsessively, but quickly lost interest in making them. Now, I don't know what that says about me, but I've never been professionally diagnosed. For me, making animation at a young age, instead of GoAnimate, my main weapon of choice was Lego stop motion shot at 1 FPS because I didn't own any equipment that could handle the storage necessary for like 15 FPS. So I shit you not, I legitimately shot at like 1 FPS for like close to 4 years and didn't improve at all because that's what was in the budget. And if you know your Lego stop motion frame rate metrics, or as the white people that went to college say, brick filming metrics, then yeah, that's fucking embarrassing. Fire drill! So let's take a look at the only 2 GoAnimate videos I ever made. Disclaimer, the following is not a serious political statement. I'm just making fun of a terrible attempt at comedic political satire I made as a child. I am not endorsing or denouncing any of the political figures mentioned. Capiche? The first one consists of Donald Trump trying to murder me. And you gotta understand, this was like 2015 when the Donald first began his political career. So you gotta understand, politically, he was kind of a punchline. Like, not that he isn't controversial now, but, you know, it was the whole joke of the era was, oh, the reality TV guy is gonna be president. Ain't no way that's gonna happen. You know, that was just the culture of the era, consensus of the time. And like him or not, he did prove the public wrong twice, so this video is already outdated. And the moral of this story is don't shove your political views in children's faces, because if they do, they'll do something stupid involving real-world people on the internet. Like arrest your least favorite candidates and GoAnimate. Okay, that's supposed to be the Don, and there's Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, the big three of the era. You see, these were actually stock models. One of the GoAnimate themes was called White Houses. And I guess the intention of these political figure stock models were for informative videos regarding United States elections. You know, what's Billy Bob's policies on Puerto Ricans and Rubik's Cubes? Here's a quirky little animation.
Don with Trump, and I hate many things. I hate Meeksy and Pia Bell, but you know who I really hate? Dr. X Henry Lego Studios.
What are you talking about? Meeksy and Pia Bell are cool, and Dr. X Henry Lego Studios makes really cool videos.
Yes, Bernie Sanders, Meeksy and Pia Bell and Dr. X Henry Lego Studios are very cool.
Wait, why are Bernie and Hillary watching some fucking 11-year-olds on the internet? What are they, fucking pedophiles? You should Pokemon Go turn yourself into the police, woman. So, Trump's out to get me, and I don't know why he just doesn't hire a hitman to do the dirty work, because he's got like $9 billion in the bank. I don't see why he wouldn't do that. So, there I am with the boys, and we order pizza, and Trump rapes and murders Mexican pizza guy delivery in broad daylight. Even though the best taco bowls are made in Trump Tower and he loves Hispanics, so somebody didn't do their research. Yeah, guys, it's just like the Lightbringer. Laugh, it's rape. So Trump, as a pizza guy, goes to the top of our tower, which ironically looks more like Trump Tower, even though this is a protest piece. Trump starts chasing everybody with a sword. Even though if he were to attack us, he'd most likely do some like WWE shit. But oh no, the popo shows up and the apprentice gets canceled.
There is more to the truth. You see, first Donald Trump was stalking them and figured out that they were ordering a pizza. So he saw that the Mexican pizza man, so he stole his clothes and stabbed him with a sword and left his naked dead body on the street and got into the building and...
Okay, Hillary, do we really need a fucking Scooby-Doo ass explanation? But the story just had to go on in the sequel where Trump breaks out of prison and what do you know, Bernie and Hillary are hanging out at our base. Glad to see that the pedophile character attributes were included. But Trump impersonates Markiplier and he tries to kill Smudger from the School of Death. God forbid you get that reference. But this wasn't actually my only protest piece against a potential Trump administration when I was fucking 11. Because 11-year-olds have educated political opinions. They can vote in United States elections.
Do not support Trump.
Why not?
Because he is just a loser that is gay and has no life.
Why do you think that?
Because, do you see his haircut?
I also made a Battle Cats OC of Trump Cat, which if you're not familiar with this game, that makes no sense because the cats are the heroes. It should be Trump Dog. This is clearly not a positive portrayal of the 2016 electoral candidate. But one of the main reasons I think I lost interest in actually becoming a GoAnimator and sticking to Lego bricks was that I couldn't run the Comedy World art style since by that point it had been removed.
George W. Bush, hiccup, how dare you not care about black people, hiccup, that's it, you are grounded for 911 years, hiccup.
Alvin Hong hated his creation so much, he stripped it of its iconography, which of course led to countless Alvin Hong gets a grounded videos.
That's not swell at all. It's unswell. So unswell, in fact, it's a crime. And you are guilty. Now it is time for your sentence.
Oh no. I'm gonna be grounded forever.
Alvin the Hun, for the crimes of doing every damn thing you can to destroy an entire community who were enjoying themselves, you are hereby grounded. You are grounded for 6,829,052,459,644,046,056,628 ultra super triple septuple hyper mega double quintuple quadruple Elmer Fudd. And guess what today is? Actually, do you remember what today is? I kinda forgot. Is there a calendar somewhere in this office? Geez, what day is it today? Oh, that's right. Now I remember. It's punishment day. First punishment. Snowboarding.
No.
And Alvin Hong assassination videos.
That's what you get for removing all non-business themes on GoAnimate. Now I'm going to get all non-business themes on GoAnimate back.
And a 2.5-hour critical biopic of Alvin Hong titled Alvin Hong and the the movie. But joke's on the users. Now he can't get sued for ripping off Family Guy.
Oh, this is worse than the time I got stuck in line behind Fat Albert at the donut shop.
I'll have 2 French cream, 2 German cream, 2 Swiss cream, 2 Boston cream, 2 vanilla cream, 2 chocolate cream.
One of the first notable detractors against GoAnimate would be Chris O'Neill, who today you might recognize for his Let's Play content and being a frequent collaborator with Zach Hadel of Smiling Friends fame. But some of y'all might be too young to know that he was a big name back in the day of Newgrounds, and he would release an animation titled How to Use GoAnimate in April of 2011, criticizing the limitations of the software. You know, I'll just play it. And might I add, this predates Caillou Gets Grounded, the magnum opus of a community, by like 2.5 years. And especially in the age of AI-generated animations and the brain rot matrix, it aged gracefully. Another notable animated hit piece was GoAnimate, an animation revolution by Harry Partridge, released also in April of 2011. And again, I'll just play it. Okay, now I was really new to the internet in April of 2011, so I might have not seen this back in the day, but I guess April 2011 was the exact point where it started to gain a negative reputation online. If 2 credible, actual animators that have done shit with their life released critical pieces in the same month.
Not Harry Potter, Grandpa. Harry Partridge. And he said, GoAnimate limits our imagination. And then he went crazy and beat himself up and turned his arm into a talking gay lobster.
Polly, I don't give a damn about no gay lobster. I'll cook his ass in a pot with some sausage and potatoes, though. See how much he talks then. Let me tell you something. You only limited by your own imagination. And GoAnimate is only part of the learning process of becoming an animator. You're creating your own stories, using the program to direct us, and having fun doing it. And besides, as long as I don't miss the Golden Girls and that fine-ass Betty White, who cares? We're doing just fine. Come check us out. Now, if you excuse me,
Hello. Well, I bet you thought I was dead. Hee hee! I'm here to tell you that I'm back, and I've also figured out how to turn my arm into a gay lobster. Shimona!
Hey there.
Now you can get your gay lobster arm in the community section of GoAnimate.
So yeah, GoAnimate. Pretty shitty. So what happens when somebody who likes GoAnimate tries to make a movie out of it? Now, with the normalcy of GoAnimate being short-form content with often incomprehensible plot lines, it naturally created the incentive of go bigger with GoAnimate.
Now I'm gonna watch Chucky perform.
Hello, I'm Chuck E. Now we are gonna sing a song. I'm Chuck E. I'm Chuck E.
Oh no, my parents has a gun.
Die.
And at some point, this Yowza K by J fulfilled that incentive and absolutely changed the game by defying the limits of strategically limited technology.
GoAnimate, make your free animations. GoAnimate, make your free animations. Yeah!
A story with a feature length would be a hard shoot to fill.
Okay class, I am back from the teacher meeting.
Eric and Kyle, what the hell are you doing? You know how much I hate gay people, and you are not allowed to kiss in class. Go to the principal's office now.
And if you could write a reasonably and well-crafted feature-length script for something, what in the ass are you doing using GoAnimate to adapt it?
Timmy Turner, how dare you poop on the screen while we were watching the Lego movie?
But GoAnimate the movie, I believe, was the first successful attempt to make a feature-length film within the software's limited technology. It was a shocking accomplishment, even to the point where it got attention outside of the community. Hell, Mr. Enter denied requests to talk about it in 2015, mentioning it on his top 11 things I'll never review list. Enter citing it as too unprofessional. I'll just play the clip.
Number 8. GoAnimate the movie. When reviewing web animation, you've got to be very, very careful in choosing what you want to review. For one, most people who post animations to the internet aren't doing this for a job or something. They're doing it as a hobby. The only feedback they really need is the comments that they get. What I'm saying is that I only review things from actual professionals. Like, they can put animator or animation writer down on a resume.
But regardless, you know how hated you have to be to have people want Mr. Enter in his prime to complain about it?
Then Ned Flanders talks to Lady Gaga. It's totally pointless. Moving on.
But I cannot deny that this feature-length project was influential given the countless feature-length projects that have released since. Hell, I actually talked about one of them a long time ago, Isaac Anderson's Caillou Gets Grounded the movie in April of 2018, but that's not a real month or year. Why did people want Mr. Enter or Nostalgia Critic to complain about it? Well, because the defenders of this project insist that it was a major motion picture in North America. And by the way, the creator has since denounced his or her entire GoAnimate career, so I imagine the creator insisted upon this at some point, but regardless, there is a fan base for this movie, and the GoAnimate the movie fandom within the GoAnimate community is hell-bent on it portraying it as a professional project. It has been allegedly removed and reposted from IMDb multiple times. Now, IMDb is open to web content. It's a database, but the data has commonly been filled with obvious misinformation. The most notable of which is that the film came out in 2006. Formerly, the creator or the archivist or its unironic fan base or all of the above, they insist that it came out in 2006. Which is impossible because GoAnimate released in 2007. And again, I'm no psychologist, but I imagine the insistence on redistributing it with absurdly incorrect information is probably an autism thing. You know, it has to be perfect and 2006 was the best year for movies, or all my favorite shows came out in 2006, or whatever. Again, I'm not a psychologist, but the fandom, to this day, is insistent on claiming that it came out on July 21st, 2006. If it's a website anyone can edit, such as IMDb or Wikipedia, you bet your ass it's gonna say it released in 2006. Allegedly, the actual release date was August 20th, 2013. I wasn't able to confirm this. And that's because the original multi-part upload was also deleted by the creator in 2016, according to community recollection. And something tells me the multi-part feature release was inspired by the channel Awesome Movies doing the same thing. Other common and just comically wrong misinformation about the movie includes that it got a theatrical re-release on July 5th, 2024 in the UK and November 3rd, 2024 in the United States. It also was a collaboration between GoAnimate Studios and 20th Century Fox. It was intended for a July 2004 release, then got pushed back to January 2005, then got delayed again until August of 2005, before it was finally released in July of 2006. There was a promotional collaboration with Burger King consisting of 8 kids' meal toys, as well as other brand tie-ins and merchandise, such as a Baskin-Robbins limited time GoAnimate Extreme Sundae. It was the last 20th Century Fox VHS release in 2006. Internationally, the film made $446 million on a small budget of $23.6 million, and the list just goes on. The fandom will make up any random bullshit trivia for anything an actual major motion picture would have because they're just so insistent on declaring it as a professional project. One thing I was not able to legitimately confirm is that there was a cancelled sequel intended for a 2014 release. Oh, sorry, 2007, because the movie came out in 2006. Perhaps in an attempt to legitimize its professionalism by conceiving contents that didn't make the cut intentionally. A potential sequel only conceived to build off hype from the previous release would be reasonable, but I don't think an official third and fourth movie was ever planned by the creator, and I can't even confirm if the second ever was. Look, I don't know, I wasn't there, I was too busy watching Annoying Orange, and I didn't know the creator personally. But since the fandom has gone to hell and back insisting that the GoAnimate movie is a legitimate major motion picture in North America released in 2006, I say let's give them hell. Let's treat GoAnimate the movie like the actual fucking movie its defenders want it to be. Actual fucking movies deserve actual fucking reviews. GoAnimate the movie is a desperate attempt to fulfill a 90-minute runtime. And I really hate to admit I can relate to trying to do something adjacent to GoAnimate the movie, except the difference is GoAnimate the movie actually got finished. Between the ages of like 11 to 13, I had 2 cancelled feature film attempts. One of the 2 was a cancelled Ninjago fanfiction, which actually had about 27 minutes of footage finished before it was erased by my brother. I actually have some leftover footage that was not a part of the now deleted final cut still. But regardless, this 27-minute Ninjago movie, like, breezed through like 4 conflicts, which raised the question, why wasn't this just a show with short-form content as opposed to a feature film? Because GoAnimate the movie is similar to my cancelled Ninjago movie because it just is a bunch of random conflicts fulfilling a runtime. But unlike my Ninjago movie, at least this one doesn't come off as a bunch of episodes of a show being combined. It at least saves the resolutions for the end, but it's just scenes of random bullshit with the introductions and resolutions out of nowhere, roughly 90 minutes apart each. To give my other cancelled feature film, Zack and Todd the Movie, credit, it at least had 1 conflict, even though I seriously doubt it would fulfill a 90-minute runtime. Actual fucking movies deserve actual fucking reviews. GoAnimate the Movie is not like an anthological piece like Pulp Fiction, where, yeah, it's a bunch of random day in the lives, and they're actually really good and all connect, you know, you gotta do the detective work, but that had a purpose to be divided. So what are the stories of GoAnimate the Movie? Well, it's worth noting that the movie adapts what I guess could be considered the GoAnimate public domain, as in it tries to give it depth to common default character models included with the software, repurposing these stock characters for a narrative purpose. Because it isn't a movie with GoAnimate, it's the GoAnimate movie. Meaning that the movie is an adaptation with nothing to adapt besides character designs. PC guy steals an Adventure Time toy from Walmart because Adventure Time had merchandise in 2006. And by the way, the toy scene, Adventure Time Deluxe Fin, released in 2011. So you can take one look at the poster and know it didn't release in 2006. Because if you're my age, you'd remember that the release of Adventure Time Season 2 in late 2010 was a huge fucking deal, at least for my age group. So, PC guy goes to prison for shoplifting and then he escapes, just like my Trump fanfiction, actually. But he runs into Rocco, who wants to end the world, and Derek also tries to take PC guy's toy back to the store to bring justice, because justice sensitivity. But Derek also wants to be famous, and he joins a circus.
Awful be bad. Ha 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 ha, get down.
So I guess this Adventure Time toy is a world-ending MacGuffin, and they're fighting over it. Yeah, the world-ending MacGuffin was casually just in Walmart bulk. The entire 90-minute conflict warrants like 2 scenes, so it's just random bullshit scene after another. There's a villain song that's just a parody of You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
You're a mean one, Mr. Keyblade. You really are a greedy man.
Which, of course, this thorough Ravenscroft classic also inspired. You're a mean one, Mr. Piplup. You were born as a nagger person. There's also multiple interstitial bits featuring Sing-Along Simon, where Simon just sings random songs, which obviously takes inspiration from VeggieTales. GoAnimate the movie, you are on thin ice for VeggieTales ripoffs too. But like, VeggieTales had segments. There's a difference between feature films and variety shows. I can't even describe most of the random bullshit. It's just characters who were never established prior just talking. It's not even absurd but pointless. It's just random bullshit. It's other characters we don't even know yapping about useless garbage. There's so much filler.
Take that, you troublemaker.
The fight scenes have zero effort, it's just blurred bars. So, visually speaking, it looks more like they're fucking gangbanging.
My God, Gary! He's a gangbanger!
There's this fucking blackface stick figure, and I know the intention was just to make a stick figure with a moving mouth so it could be animated, but it just looks like a fucking minstrel show. I've actually noticed this trend with Pingu Gets Grounded videos because no baby show character is immune to getting grounded videos. If any members of the Pingu Gets Grounded community are watching this video, please stop making Pingu Gets Grounded. I am in denial that GoAnimate the movie ever even got finished. In fact, as somebody who was all in on the GoAnimate fad in its prime, I never even finished this prior. You know, just looking at it, you kind of want it to be like the Fred movies or Nostalgia Critic's Kick-Assia, where yeah, it's shit, but it also has some unironic redeeming qualities and some ironic redeeming qualities. So it's surprisingly watchable out of a combination of the ironic and unironic.
Are you a Nazi, Linkara?
No.
Are you a Nazi, Linkara?
No.
Because I don't want any Nazis around here.
No, I'm not a Nazi.
But GoAnimate the movie, you really want to be so bad it's good, but no, it's just plain fucking unwatchable. Isaac Anderson and Solitaire Joker's Grounded Across the Multiverse crossover stuck to like 16 minutes for a reason. This is where the GoAnimate community peaked, not this shit. But no matter how bad this movie was to general audiences because it portrayed itself as an actual product, it is still regarded as a cinematic masterpiece amongst unironic GoAnimators worldwide. So I think there's only one thing we can do.
Oh, GoAnimate the movie, how dare you ever get finished? That's it, you are grounded.
Oh wait, that doesn't mean anything because countless pointless feature films have released since. My favorite has to be Now I Pronounce You Retro and Ellie. Who's Retro and Ellie? Look who came out of the computer to visit me on Christmas. There's nothing more romantic than having a little date with Retro Miller 1997 in the real world, hashtag the real world. Look who moved into me in the real world a few days ago. Retro and I may still be on a long break, but I'm pregnant. Oh wait, hold on guys, Ellie is a real person, definitely not artificial intelligence.
Hello my lovies.
Hi everyone.
This is Rex Miller, 1997 here, and
Ellie Watson.
And we hope that you're having a really good Valentine's Day. Rather if it's with a family member.
So there's a fucking movie out of this? It's just 2 hours, and I mean 2 fucking hours, of marrying a GoAnimate waifu. And most of the wedding is just random songs. And there's a fucking Nostalgia Critic cameo. Yeah, Jesus Christ Chan Sonichu called. She wants her fucking dimensional merge delusions back.
I'm Chuck E. 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 I'm Chuck E.